The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy has reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Prescription pain relievers are safe and effective when used correctly, but if you misuse them, you could become addicted or experience other problems. Take your prescription as directed, and if you need information about addictions, call 1-800-662-HELP. Do the right dose. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and this station.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Get out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden reiterating that to American citizens in Ukraine in case Russia invades, telling NBC News.
We're dealing with one of the largest armies in the world. This is a very different situation, and things could go crazy quickly.
Russia's now playing military exercises with Belarus not far from Ukraine, still demanding NATO never let that country join.
The big question here is what exactly comes next when those war games end on February 20th. Do the Russians go home? Do they invade Ukraine? Do they come here to Kyiv? Since 1999, Russia has seen NATO expand closer to its borders. Ukraine's defense minister says Russia has now, quote, blocked the waters offshore ahead of planned missile tests.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. More than a week after the U.S. terror raid in Syria that killed the leader of ISIS, the U.S. military says there may have been more civilian deaths than first thought. 13 were reported then by Syrian responders. The U.S. blames them all on the ISIS leader killed in a bomb he or an ally detonated. Now back to the president. After the report showing year-over-year inflation hit a 40-year high in January, he was in Virginia pushing his stalled social spending plan, saying he'll work like the devil to bring rising prices down.
Working to make sure that we keep strengthening the supply chains to bring the cost of energy and everything else and the goods that come to America down.
As nearly a dozen Democrat-led states lift mask mandates or plan to, the president's not ready to change his federal COVID guidelines, saying the science and CDC call it premature.
But House Republicans are urging Biden to get on board with red and blue states alike, calling on him to, quote, accept that COVID-19 is endemic, recognize that current government interventions are doing more harm than good, and immediately begin the process to unwind the public health emergency so that the country can, quote, get back to normal.
Fox's Brooks Singman. Residents in an Arizona Native American reservation still told to stay in their homes as the FBI and police search for a gunman who shot at tribal police officers, critically injuring one. America's listening to Fox News.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Morning commute pretty clear this morning. We're not seeing any trouble spots on 75 or US 41 for your main highway interstate drives. The bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers running up to speed, seeing a little bit of volume building on the Edison Bridge southbound into downtown Fort Myers, but the Caloosahatchee clear in both directions. Alligator Alley, if you're taking a trip toward the East Coast, not seeing any major trouble spots as well. Definitely a little busier the closer you get into Broward County right now. We are crash and incident-free, though, across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're back to near 80 degrees for this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for some high clouds as we head through the remainder of today with some filtered sunshine, winds persisting out of the east and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it nice and dry for your Friday evening and Friday overnight plans. Saturday morning featuring a low near 58 degrees. We're back to 82 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with just a chance for a stray shower possible late, but the good majority of us staying dry. Things begin to change for Sunday. Our next front moves through, bringing us scattered rain and breezy weather with a high near 73. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 Back.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 Back. 596 Back. That's 596-2225.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral have an important message for car buyers. In honor of President's Day, Sutherland Nissan wants you to keep more presidents in your bank account. It's the President's Day sales event at Sutherland. Get an entire month of savings instead of just a day. Shop our huge selection of new Nissans and certified pre-owned Nissans. Bring your trade, no matter what it is, and get $6,000 more for it. Your $4,000 car is now worth $10,000. Your $14,000 car is now worth $20,000. You get the full value and an extra $6,000. All at your #1 certified pre-owned dealer. Hurry in, ladies and gentlemen. These presidential savings won't be in office. We mean dealership for long. Get to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talking text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast and our channel on Rumble. Coming up this morning, it's a busy morning, 6:35. In case you missed Congressman Byron Donalds from yesterday in our conversation, we'll replay that. We talked, among other things, the Capitol Police and Nancy Pelosi and what was going there with the alleged spying on members of Congress, one GOP member that he spoke to personally, so you'll get the inside scoop on that and a couple of other things. Also, Spencer Roach, State Representative Spencer Roach will join us at 7:35 with some of the goings and doings in Tallahassee, including one bill that is making its way quickly to the governor's desk, and it's a good thing. And here in Southwest Florida, you will hear why and what a positive that is. So there is a positive this morning. That's good. Coming up at 8:05, scheduled with us is Trish Regan from the Trish Regan Show, and we're going to talk about inflation, these inflation numbers, and what do we do next, and how bad is this going to get, and the inflation that we were told was transitory. It's just a little bit of time, just a couple of minutes, nothing to worry about. It's going to turn right around, and then now we're in this heap of trouble. What kind of heap of trouble are we in, and what kind of interest rate increases are we going to be in for? Remember something, this was solvable. This didn't have to happen. We've been screaming from the rooftops for the longest time that you can't keep printing money and spending and doing what the government has been doing, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. Don't care. Doesn't make a difference which party it is. We've been screaming from the rooftops as fiscal conservatives that you can't keep doing this because soon it was going to be the knock on the door. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, there it is. Hello, the bill's due. What bill? The bill. A bill. Yeah. So now we're in a situation where you've got inflation that is running rampant and the numbers are ugly. And you got to raise interest rates to slow down the inflation. But if you raise the interest rates, then you're talking about a recession, because then you're not going to have people working and spending and all of the things that are going to stop happening, and the buzz that has been going on, the buzzsaw that's been running through the markets. And the sad thing about it all is that there is encouraging news on some parts of what is happening with the economy. But because of everything that's going on with the spending and chasing dollars and printing money, which you can't do, that all of a sudden it's like, remember Bill? Hello? Yeah, so we're going to get to all of that with Trish Regan coming up this morning. And it is unbelievable what has been happening. But come on, everybody, we got to celebrate. Come on. Oh, it's Bidenflation, everybody. Oh, come on. Get up, Jake. Bidenflation is here. Yeah, no, not really. Nobody's celebrating. Although the president said something very odd yesterday when asked about, and remember, the way that you stop everything that is happening, or at least start the turnaround, that would be this inflation spiraling upwards out of control. I guess you would spiral down, but you would shoot up. And the concerns that we have about a recession and interest rates and what we are going to do. I'm not sure if the one thing you would start bringing up would be that everything's fine. You should have peace of mind. We're good. I mean, did the president say that yesterday? Wait, hold on. I just want to hear this audio, right? Because he wouldn't do that.
The fact is that we're in a situation now where, you should have peace of mind.
Yeah, you should. We're in a situation right now, everybody, where we should have peace of mind. Really? We should? Why? Now, there's a big aspect to this. The peace of mind that the president is talking about, and that Democrats, remember something? Oh, this is so important. Democrats play long ball. They play the long game. They don't sit around and try to win battles and try to stand up and cheer when a battle is won and then walk off the playing field. No, they play the long game. They are in to play the war, not the battles. And that's why Build Back Better was brought up again. Build Back Broke, brought up again yesterday. The president at a podium with all the bad news that we have on inflation and everything else. And the president is standing there and saying, we're in a situation now where you should have peace of mind. Do you understand the peace of mind that the president is talking about? Is the fact that the government can swoop in and save the day. That we have to spend money. We have to do the exact opposite. Print more money, spend more money, get that printed money off to the banks, get the banks distributing that out, and continue to do this and have this inflation going rampant out of control, and we have to do the exact opposite and pull all that money back and destroy it and get it out of circulation. This president is like, have peace of mind because Build Back Better is right around the corner. And all we have to do is swoop in and save the day. Because listen to the rest of what he says.
I know food prices are up, and we're working to bring them down. As I said, I grew up in a family where the price at the pump went up, you felt it, and I understand. But these things are necessities. We're working to bring down prices where they're not totally what the families, in fact, have to pay now.
And so how are you going to bring down the prices? How are you going to do all this? Well, you can't magically bring these prices down if you continue to spend. So what do? You spend. You have a government that comes along and says, listen, if you just sign the bill, will you stop? Stop fighting us. Stop fighting us. If you sign the Build Back Better bill, if you just get this done in Congress, it'll go away because we will help to make it go away. We will supply you with what? What are you going to do? Again, this is the president who's trying to convince you that if you just do what he tells you to do, all the pain will go away. Does that sound familiar? Although he did admit that the inflation is up, right? He did.
Because we need to ease the burden on working families by making everything more affordable and accessible.
Yeah, how do we do that?
Look, again, a slight digression. Inflation is up. It's up.
Yeah, it's up. It's up. What else?
And coming from a family when the price of gas went up, you felt it in the household. You knew what it was like. It matters. But the fact is that if we are able to do the things I'm talking about here, it'll bring down the cost for average families.
See? That's it. if we do the things that he's talking about, it'll bring down the cost for average families. And the things he's talking about doing is build back better. That's what he's talking about doing. If he would just stop fighting us on this and give in. Or do you want more pain? Do you want more pain at the pump, at the grocery store? I mean, all the things that we see, the astronomical numbers. What was it, 7.5%? The highest rate in 40 years. Again, probably the last time that we had, I mean, you're talking about 40 years. What's the number, Jake? If 40 years was what, 1982? Is that right? I think it was 1982, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, 1982. I don't think this is 1982, but come on, let's celebrate, everybody. Was that 19? Hey, can you look that up and find out Kool and the Gang celebration, what year that was? Yeah. Again, this seems too convenient for too many people. In other words, inflation, numbers astronomical, 7.5%, the most in 40 years. Used cars are up 40%. How is that possible? Your groceries, everything down the line, everything shooting through the roof. The talk now is one of the ways you're going to have to do something about this, and I guess we'll talk to Trish Regan and see if that is still being discussed. 3-4 different rate changes on interest rates because you can't keep borrowing free money. As much as there have been some people and even some presidents in the past who said it's okay, we can borrow, it's so cheap right now, it doesn't stay that way. And ultimately, you've got to pay. And so that's where we are right now. And this idea that all of this is happening and how it's starting to feel like this is some plan. Because if you put enough hurt on the American people, oh yeah, there's ways to fix this. And the way to fix it is with trillions of dollars more in government spending. With a Build Back Better plan that truly will fundamentally change and destroy this country. And they're not giving up on it. What did we find out, Jake? What year was it? 19 what? What is it, 1980?
1980.
1980, okay. I was close. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. And when we come back, there's more. If you missed the interview from the president yesterday, what a disaster this was, sitting down with Lester Holt. It was another rendition of...
Lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Did it again. He did it again. I mean, he didn't say lying dog-faced pony soldier, but he did the lying dog-faced pony soldier act again to Lester Holt. All right, you'll hear it for yourself coming up. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Friday morning commute off to a pretty clear start so far. We are crash and incident free across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Not looking bad up and down I-75. US 41 also nice and clear for your highway drive this morning. If you're heading out onto Alligator Alley, should be a pretty easy ride toward the East Coast as well. And no problems right now on our area bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and between downtown and North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a slightly milder start to the day, we're back to 80 by this afternoon under some high clouds and sunshine at times. Look for winds out of the east and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it dry with the partly cloudy skies. We head into your Friday evening and Friday night. Saturday featuring mainly dry conditions other than a stray shower late with the high near 82 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A Federal Reserve member said Thursday the central bank may need to hike interest rates faster to fight inflation. After that, the Dow was spinning. It closed down by 526 points. Freddie Mac says 30-year fixed-rate mortgages are averaging just shy of 3.7%. That's the highest they've been since January 2020. An out-of-this-world price for what may be an out-of-this-world rock.
Sotheby's sells an over 550-carat black diamond, believed to be from outer space, for nearly $4.3 million in cryptocurrency. A businessman named Richard Hart taking to Twitter to say he's the buyer. The auction house calls the diamond one of the rarest billion-year-old wonders known to humankind. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darta Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darta Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
Southwest Florida, Lee County Fair. The 2022 Southwest Florida Lee County Fair is just around the corner. The Mega Pass is on sale now for just $25. Talk about saving money. It's good for gate admission and unlimited rides on any one day of your choice. Free entertainment throughout the fair. There's something for everyone. Mega Passes and advanced general admission tickets are on sale now online at swflcfair.com/tickets. The 2022 Southwest Florida Lee County Fair. Making memories since 1924. Southwest Florida, Lee County Fair.
It starts with a call. With one call, you can start seeing your future more clearly. If your financial picture is cloudy because you're getting conflicting tax, investment, and estate planning advice, help is a call or a click away. Annex Wealth Management's team works to get your investment plan in line with your tax plan and your estate plan. Build confidence with one team working to create one comprehensive plan as a fee-only fiduciary. Annex Wealth Management. One team, one plan, one fee. AnnexWealth.com.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolate, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all the above.
Yes, we want you to have an amazing Valentine's Day experience. At Duncan's Diamonds, we're offering a dozen roses and a box of chocolates with any purchase of $99 and above. We have the largest selection of diamond jewelry and estate Rolex watches at the best possible prices. Come see our collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings together with roses and candy. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best this Valentine's? Duncan's Diamonds, your Valentine's Day diamond jewelry and Rolex watch headquarters. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Chevy sales, Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got savings too.
Okay, but yours aren't monumental. You just mark up the original price.
You spying on me?
Don't have to. I read your reviews.
Who cares?
Well, apparently you don't. So car buyers head to Victory Lane for no payments until June on all new Chevys and a hassle-free experience. Plus, Victory Lane pardons bad credit with their goal, 100% credit approval. I just wish they could pardon your reviews.
I got a review for you. 0 stars.
Oh, so he does read his reviews. Get monumental savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Make no payments for up to 120 days. Shop new Chevy Silverados, lease from just $399 a month. Victory Lane Chevrolet, on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 36-month lease must have current lease and household. $2,000 down plus tax and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles. Offers cannot combine. Ends 2/28/22.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The Hollywood Reporter revealed that attendees at the Oscar show will not have to show proof of vaccination, which I assume is the Academy's roundabout way of announcing that Rob Schneider is hosting the show. It's Rob and Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend.
Okay, right, there you go. All right, so Jimmy Kimmel talking about how the Oscars is thinking, all right, so maybe that they won't have check your vaccination status. Things are starting to change a little bit, everybody, and some liberal elites, I guess, are a little upset about that. It's a
coronavirus!
You just got to be careful about, what is going on with your vaccinations. All right. 239-479-5592. So the president yesterday getting a little lying dog face pony soldiered up. Is that a way to put it? On Lester Holt. Doesn't like the questions. Doesn't like the fact upon hearing about the inflation, 7.5% for January, the highest in 40 years. Kind of a problem here. And what does he say?
I think it was back in July you said inflation was going to be temporary. I think a lot of Americans are wondering what your definition of temporary is.
Well, you're being a wise guy with me a little bit.
Oh.
Lying dog face pony soldier.
That's what he does, Jake. Jake's shaking his head like, really? That's what, okay. Right, so just remember something. Mean tweets are awful, and when anybody else on the planet does it and goes after somebody in the media, it is front page news, headlines, Orange Man bad, got to be tossed out. But when he does it, it's okay. And when he says
true international average depression,
everybody's like, who cares? It doesn't make a difference. He's a Democrat. Okay, anyway.
I understand that's your job, but look, at the time, what happened was let's look at the reasons for the inflation.
Yeah, let's do that.
The reason for the inflation is the supply chains were cut off, meaning that the products, for example, automobiles, the lack of computer chips to be able to build those automobiles.
Oh, okay, Jake. So that's it. It's computer chips and autos. That's it. The problem with inflation right now is computer chips and autos. If we just had those chips, we'd be fine. Maybe if we had some really good chips, maybe tortillas or some multigrain tortillas. No, actually, the multigrain tortillas are they taste a little funny, but it makes you feel like you're healthier, those kind of chips. But we're not talking about those kind of chips. We're talking about, what about fish and chips? Fish and chips are great. They're not really chips. They're really French fries. It's really weird how people will look at a French fry and call it a chip. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, okay. The point is that the president's lost. Either that or he knows exactly what he's doing, wants to blame anything and everything else on inflation, and the only way to do it, to save the day, is with Build Back Better. That's it. That's the answer. Oh, and by the way, this as well just in. Well, not just in, but from yesterday in the interview. The military had some pretty bad things to say about the president and the pullout of Afghanistan, and the military was quoted by the Washington Post, which is weird. If the Washington Post is doing this, there's a reason. The Washington Post doesn't put out negative news about a Democrat unless there's something else going on here. Military officials quoted in a document accusing the White House and State Department officials of not recognizing the swift advance of the Taliban as U.S. forces withdrew from the country. So what about that report? What did the president have to say?
What scenarios would you put?
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. That's not it. Oh, gosh. Is this it here? Okay.
Does any of that ring true to you?
No. That's not what I was told.
That you were told that the U.S. administration officials were prepared, they knew it was time to get out?
No, what I was told, no one told me that. Look, there was no good time to get out.
Poor Jake. Jake is like, help us! Somebody help us! It doesn't get any better. Especially on the heels of this report, apparently some of State Department officials were like cowering in their offices there, like intoxicated. As all of not knowing what to do there in Kabul. Right. Yeah. And there's more confusion from the president. We'll get to that later on this morning. Trish Regan to join us at 8:05. If you've missed the interview yesterday from Congressman Byron Donalds on, among other things, his thoughts on the spying by the Capitol Police, that report. Nancy Pelosi saying, listen, I don't know why you keep looking at me for any answers here. I don't have anything to do with it or any. Okay, so what did he say about that?
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night, if your plumbing's just not right. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Do you know that a lot of people tell me they didn't know we do home inspections? Yet we have a sister company called Kobe Inspection Services, and it's right there on our vans. That's right, folks. We do real estate inspections and wind mitigation inspections. We've been voted the best home inspector in Southwest Florida year after year in the news press polls. And when we inspect your home, we're not just inspecting it as a home inspector. We're also the most credentialed air conditioning contractor and mold investigator in the business. So if you need a real estate inspection or a WinMit 4-point inspection, you can call Kobe Inspection Services at the same phone number as Kobe Cooling. Call 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies or home inspectors, we hope you'll think of the Kobe family. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313, HI 2504. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Biden administration is urging Canada's government to shut down a trucker protest that's slowing down auto manufacturing on both sides of the border.
Vowing these wheels won't turn until a cross-border vaccine mandate is lifted, the ongoing Freedom Convoy protests snarling traffic to and from Canada at the Ambassador Bridge, spanning from Detroit to Windsor, Ontario, where a Ford plant was forced to shut down. The bridge accounts for roughly 25% of trade between the U.S. and Canada.
Fox's Molly Line. The president's discussed with Senate Democrats' strategy for his Supreme Court nominee.
President Biden plans to nominate a black woman to fill the seat of retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin said the committee's Democrats offered support.
The message was, we trust your judgment, Joe Biden, when it comes to choosing the right person.
A nominee from the president is expected later this month.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Friday morning commute off to a pretty clear start so far. We are crash and incident free across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Not looking bad up and down I-75. US 41 also nice and clear for your highway drive this morning. If you're heading out onto Alligator Alley, should be a pretty easy ride toward the East Coast as well. And no problems right now on our area bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and between downtown and North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're back to near 80 degrees for this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for some high clouds as we head through the remainder of today with some filtered sunshine, winds persisting out of the east to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it nice and dry for your Friday evening and Friday overnight plans. Saturday morning featuring a low near 58 degrees. We're back to 82 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with just a chance for a stray shower possible late, but the good majority of us staying dry. Things begin to change for Sunday. Our next front moves through, bringing us scattered rain and breezy weather with a high near 73. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
At FindMark, our commitment to clients goes far beyond managing wealth.
We have a genuine interest in understanding our clients' lives, their families, and dreams for the future. It's doing what's right and being there every step of the journey. It requires time to learn what matters most. But at FindMark, we believe the better we know you, the better we can serve you. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at findmarkbank.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Let's roll, America. It's February, and it's time. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Every day we wake up and look forward to the future. A future that's already here. With cleaner, more reliable energy and bills among the lowest in the nation, just as they've been for over a decade. So how does the typical FPL bill stack up? Well, it's lower than New York, Michigan, California, and many other states. And we'll keep working hard to keep it that way. That's cleaner, more reliable, affordable energy Florida can depend on. Learn more at fpl.com/value.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Hey, I want to play something. Jake, I want to get your opinion on this because I value your opinion on culture and pop culture and where we are right now, okay? So here we go. I want you to listen to a little bit of this and tell me if you recognize it, and then I'll ask another question to follow up. You ready? All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our takeover of General Motors is complete.
Dr. Evil, we can now use GM's Ultium platform to power our whole operation. Now we can reduce tailpipe emissions.
I'm sorry, am I no longer Dr. Evil? I'm Dr. Good now? I didn't get the meme.
Climate change is arguably the #1 threat to the world now. Dr. Evil, you are now the #2 threat to the world.
I refuse to be number two.
We have to help the planet.
Oh, please, cheer
For my son.
your son. I shall name him Baby Me.
No, his name is Kyle.
Okay, I just got to stop right there. So do you recognize all those characters, that voice? Do you recognize that?
Yeah, that'd be Dr. Evil.
From what movie?
Austin Powers.
Okay. So General Motors is using the cast of Austin Powers, the full reunion cast, to run a Super Bowl ad that is going to talk about, like you heard, climate change is the #1 threat to the world. Dr. Evil is no longer. They've got EV cars now that are coming out. There's just all these EV cars that General Motors is doing, and they're bringing the cast together. So, a couple of questions. Number one, does everything have to be like the...
People trying to do there, the EV, evil, Dr. Evil?
Right, EV, yeah.
And somebody brought that up in a meeting.
Yeah, it's, and okay. The second thing is, the whole climate, are we really running with... Yeah, well, it's the Super Bowl. And listen, you think that the Super Bowl ads and everything that they're going to put on and being sold out, you don't think it's going to be like a lot of woke commercials? You don't think it's going to be like that? And by the way, no concerns that Snoop Dogg and Dre and Eminem, the halftime show. I'm just saying, if you look into some of the lyrics in the past and you look at the music and you examine that, you might find something a little odd there that they would be so. I mean, if you were like 20 years ago and you're like, these are the individuals that will be mainstream in the Super Bowl and the halftime show. 22, and people will be like, "Are you sure about that?" Because I know the lyrics. But anyway, I digress. Okay. Does this mean that Austin Powers is going to make a comeback? Like, do Gen Zs, millennials, do they see that and enjoy that? Like, do they think it's fun? If you don't know anything about Austin Powers in 2022, you see that commercial and you've never seen an ad, do you look at that and say, that's really funny, I want to see more of that? Or do you look at that and say, what just happened? Like, is that a cultural miss for GM? Do you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. And if you were alive when Austin Powers came out, it was creepy and weird how people acted about that movie. I mean, people were remembering lines. They were using lines in daily life. I mean, it was nuts. You remember that? And the
word is cringy.
Yeah. Yes. Cringy is, yes, that's exactly right. I mean, it was weird. Like, people were doing imitations of him and I don't remember the exact phrases or quotes that people were doing. I just remember at the time. I remember back in. Well, I won't go into the story, but anyway, it has to do with a girl in New York City. Never mind.
I don't think they're appropriate, most of them, because I know a couple, but I'm not saying them.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll say it. No, I met a girl in the music industry in New York City, and not like literally, and I hate to use the word literally, but it was literally almost every sentence after she finished it was some Austin Powers caricature, like of the Dr. Evil thing. It's like, can you talk normal without using at all? Like, everything that comes out of your mouth, there's some reference to it. But anyway, the point is this. Do people look at that and go, I have no idea? Or does it play out in 2022? And I think the answer is no, right? It's kind of like people watching Star Wars for the first time in a Gen Z generation and going, you realize that's really bad special effects. You can't speak ill of Star Wars. No, really, it's not that good. It's almost like, as he said, cringy. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, some of our interview yesterday with Congressman Byron Donalds, in case you missed it. We started off the conversation talking about Nancy Pelosi and the Capitol Police and what he knows and maybe his thoughts on what he's been hearing on Capitol Hill with the Capitol Hill Police. That we come to find out some members dressed up and what was it, as the cleaning service people and went into one representative's office and started to take pictures, kind of like spying, a little creepy. Everybody, did he have a thought on this?
Well, I mean, I talked to Troy. Troy Nell's he's out of Texas. So Troy Nell's the sheriff. So I talked to him. So he's furious about this. The IG, Inspector General, is investigating it now. But, more to the point of where Nancy doesn't know. I mean, that just seems silly to me. The Capitol Police report to the Speaker of the House. They've been doing that since the beginning of the Capitol Police. And so, Nancy's kind of a control freak. She knows everything that's going on the Hill. So to me, it can't tell me that if they were taking photos of a member's office that she wouldn't know about it. Right. That just makes no sense at all. But again, look, we're dealing with the Speaker of the House who, we can go back down the line of January 6th. She's in control of Capitol security and deployment. She would not make the Capitol Police available to the Oversight Committee when we were investigating January 6th, before she basically shut down that committee to start her own select committee where she controlled all the people on the dais. Right. Bad situation here. You can't have Capitol Police spying on members, especially. I mean, if there's criminal behavior, okay, fine, but you have to actually go through a process for that. There was no process that was went through here.
Right. Yeah, and I guess ultimately what it does is it calls attention to what people have been worried about by example. It's not like it just comes out of thin air, of the concerns that people have about the weaponization of bureaucracies and DC against people that have a different belief, ideology, or political affiliation, and the concerns that it just keeps growing. All we do is hear about the weaponization of the FBI, Donald Trump, and the Russia collusion hoax, and we hear about Pelosi at Capitol Hill and what they're doing there. I mean, these are legitimate concerns. You can make these concerns go away by not doing it. Ever, not having even a sniff or a hint of this happening, and yet they're asking for trust and belief. It's hard to give it to them.
Well, they get none from me. And this is one of the key things, no matter what we're doing up here, I don't care if it's infrastructure dollars or dealing with the FBI or whoever, now Capitol Police, we're not supposed to just be trusting of government. That's not the basis of the country. The country is actually supposed to be very skeptical of government. Congress is supposed to be a super deliberative body. We're supposed to go very, very slow when we do things. This place is not supposed to be a runaway freight train. It was never designed to be that way. And I think that, you have a Democrat Party that they're only concerned with accomplishing their agenda, no matter what the cost. It's a very dangerous thing for a free society, for a free country.
Congressman Byron Donalds joining us yesterday, just part of our interview with him. If you missed the interview, you can go to the podcast. Just go to drewsteele.com and you can listen to the full interview. But talking about Nancy Pelosi and trust in some of the bureaucracies, the FBI, the CIA, Capitol Police. By the way, there's even a story out now. We come to find out. I know, shocker of shockers. Come on, I need it. Give it to me. Well, yeah, that's not really what I wanted. I wanted more like a reveal of sorts. Okay. All right. Is this true? The CIA secretly operated a bulk data collection program on American citizens. Huh? Really? Is that right? 2 Democrats are like, hey, can we get some more information on this? Is this right? The warrantless collection of Americans' records as well as the public's intense interest in and support for these legislative efforts. Knowing that the CIA, quote, secretly conducted its own bulk program, something was redacted from this, and has done so entirely outside the statutory framework that Congress and the public believe govern this collection and without oversight. Wait a second. The belief that the CIA has long held information deemed outside its prerogative as a collector of data on foreign countries to protect American citizens. And now we're coming to find out we got 2 Democrats that are like, hey, we've got some information that you're bulk data collecting information on American citizens. We got a problem with this. Can you give us some more? Now, it's nice that they want to be transparent and they want to come out and tell us all of this, but where have you been? All of a sudden, it's not crazy talk. It's not conspiracy theory. All of a sudden, now Democrats don't do something in a vacuum, right? They do it for reasons, political reasons. There must be something getting ready to break, something that's going to make some people look or feel a little uncomfortable, especially in an election season. So something's brewing. And again, speaking of some of the trust that we have or don't have, and especially in the media, on the heels of all the news that's out there about the Freedom Convoy, and you've got another funding mechanism that Canadian officials are saying, you're not going to be able to get funds that have been donated. It was GoFundMe who was like, we're not giving you all the money. Then you got Give, Send, Go, and donors started to go there instead. And so the Canadian government comes along and talks about how they're going to prohibit the monies. It's like, for what? I mean, we're not talking about people that are dangerous. I'm looking at video right now on my feed. You've got a video of a convoy of supporters of the Freedom Convoy blasting "O Canada" from their trucks. They're playing frisbee in the streets. They're shoveling the snow away to keep people safe and have them have places to walk through. They're shoveling around memorials, war memorials, because they want to honor those that fought and died for their country. Quite a different story than what we saw back in the day with one group of individuals, considering the media reporting on Black Lives Matter and those protests. Remember how they were violent, turning violent, and remember the reporting on that?
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
That ain't a riot, what we're seeing right now in Minneapolis.
They are strictly principled anti-fascists, and they've taken a principled stand to stand against white supremacists and white nationalists wherever they may show up.
Yeah. I argue to you tonight, all punches are not equal morally.
Remember all of that? But now we have a media that is coming down on a freedom convoy that's doing all the things that I told you, playing Frisbee and shoveling snow off the streets and bounce houses for kids. And now these are insurrectionists. They're dangerous. Oh, shush. I would say something a little more pronounced, but I'm trying to be kind and gentler this morning. Dopes. Anyway, okay. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele as 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast right now. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. Can we do that right now? Do we have time? Okay, let's do it. Therese O'Shea's got it. Let's see what's going on.
Friday morning commute off to a pretty clear start so far. We are crashing incident-free across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Not looking bad up and down I-75. US 41 also nice and clear for your highway drive this morning. If you're heading out onto Alligator Alley, should be a pretty easy ride toward the East Coast as well. And no problems right now on our area bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and between downtown and North Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a slightly milder start to the day, we're back to 80 by this afternoon under some high clouds and sunshine at times. Look for winds out of the east and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it dry with the partly cloudy skies. We head into your Friday evening and Friday night. Saturday featuring mainly dry conditions other than a stray shower late with the high near 82 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face to face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here with Duncan's Diamonds. Valentine's Day is approaching. You want to find a gift that says your love is more precious than diamonds, more valuable than gold, and you want her to know that your love is for ever and for all time. Let me introduce you to our Time and Eternity Pendant.
Duncan's Diamonds Diamond, Time, and Eternity Pendant is made from interwoven rings that represent time and eternity, now and forever. And when she connects the two ends of the chain and the pendant falls just above her heart, she will hear your voice whisper in her ear. Now and forever, my world revolves around you. Duncan's Diamonds Diamond, Time, and Eternity Pendant, starting at only $99. Tell her you love her for all time and eternity with this gorgeous pendant. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be spectacular and unforgettable. You want them from Duncan's Diamonds. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele Ice 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast and the channel on Rumble. And all right, there's Carl. Carl's at Bushwood. Yeah, Carl's at Bushwood. He's dancing with the Gophers, or the golfers.
Well, no, we're getting ready, Drew. Happy Jake Day. Happy Jake Day. Don't let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's true.
It is Friday.
Yes.
Well, we're here getting everything ready, and wondering if you want us to come pick you up. We're
getting ready for what?
We're getting the Cushmans ready. We're putting together a Cushman convoy. We're going to join up. We're loading on up. We were going to go get all the superintendents and all the Cushmans and head to Augusta. Rumor has it they got a Chinese mower or two, but those boys up in Canada need some help. So we're, I am kind of a proficiennaire of green stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to take them some cash. None of that crypto stuff. Sounds like they need a little help.
All right. So is that, are you really doing that? You're really gearing up?
Absolutely. We're bringing them a lot of stuff, and, they need some help. You just played something there. They certainly are not getting their point across. There's no burning buildings or looting going on.
Right, that's true. Yeah, but the problem, Carl, is that the greens are going to be really hard this time of year in Ottawa. I mean, how do you?
Well, we loosen them up. I put a little, something on there called Milorganite, Milwaukee's best. That's a little natural fertilizer. You know what that is. The boys in the biz. It's a little human, you know what.
Yeah, well, we don't want to go into the details on that.
We don't want to go there. But, the one thing, Drew, that they got going up there in Ottawa that you see being worn all the time, of course, is something that if you go to a BLM protest, you'll never see worn at all. So that's why probably in Ottawa they're wearing them, and it's just not working. Yeah. You know what that is, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, Carl.
No.
What?
What? You'll never see worn at a BLM protest.
What?
That's work boots. Work boots.
Work boots. Okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's very good. Okay. I was waiting for the punch, and I didn't hear it, so I thought you were.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. My punch is a little low this morning.
Yeah, it is. That's all right. Maybe it's just me, Carl. That's all right. All right, but listen, safe travels, and then we'll see you when you get back, okay?
Yeah, we'll call you when we reach the border. Again, we can't get into Augusta. Those kids put up a wall. Yeah. How dare they? See ya.
Yes, they do.
All right, keep it in the short grass and have a good weekend.
All right, you do the same. There he goes, Carl from Bushwood. All right, he's all right. 239-479-5592. Yeah. Coming up this morning, 7:35, we'll have a conversation with State Representative Spencer Roach, a couple of bills that are making their way through the House that you're going to want to know about because local, and these bills are all about some local politics, so we'll have the latest on that. And Trish Regan will join us at 8:05 because if you're wondering the ins and outs of the numbers that were discussed yesterday on inflation and where we're going and how we're going to solve this and what the talk is right now on Wall Street, we'll find out. Trish Regan from the Trish Regan Show will be joining us, and we'll get to all of that coming up. Also, here's something else I forgot about. How do you forget about it? A great Valentine's Day gift. You're thinking of what to do, what you could get for someone you love? How about the Alamo Gun Range? An hour of range time for two, firearm rental and more. The Alamo Gun Range. I've got a gift certificate for you. Caller 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Right now, caller 9. A Valentine's Day from us to you.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Chef, Chevy sales. Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got savings too.
Okay, but yours aren't monumental. You just mark up the original price.
You spying on me?
Don't have to. I read your reviews.
Who cares?
Well, apparently you don't. So car buyers head to Victory Lane for no payments until June on all new Chevys and a hassle-free experience. Plus, Victory Lane pardons bad credit with their goal, 100% credit approval. I just wish they could pardon your reviews.
I got a review for you. 0 stars.
Oh, so he does read his reviews. Get monumental savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Make no payments for up to 120 days. Shop new Chevy Silverados, lease from just $399 a month. Victory Lane Chevrolet, on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 36-month lease must have current lease and household. $2,000 down plus tax and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles. Offers cannot combine. Ends 2/28/22.
February, when we celebrate 3 great American leaders, Lincoln, Washington, and Hugo from Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done. For limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidSWFL.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders, a custom home builder here in Naples. Have you ever noticed that many of the custom homes in Naples seem to have the same look? At Big Island Builders, we strive to be different. In fact, if you go to our website, you'll see the most unique portfolio of custom homes in Naples. If you want something truly unique, please give us a call at 239-262-6867 and see our homes at BigIslandBuilders.com.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
He's going to work like the devil to lower gas prices. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Biden vows, saying he'll work to lower inflation that rose at a 40-year high last month. Getting a little testy, asked about it on NBC Nightly News.
Back in July, you said inflation was going to be temporary. I think a lot of Americans are wondering what your definition of temporary is.
Well, you're being a wise guy with me a little bit.
The president was met by protesters yesterday when he traveled to Virginia to push for lower drug prices, and a new CNN poll shows 56% of adults could not cite one thing that the president has done that they like.
Fox's Doug Luzader. There's a new order from President Biden coming that'll unfreeze $7 billion in Afghan funds and split it up for 9/11 victims and humanitarian aid. Both President Biden and Secretary of State Blinken are again warning Americans in Ukraine to leave immediately, fearing a Russian invasion. State Department spokesman John Kirby tells Fox,
nobody wants to see another invasion of Ukraine. Nobody wants to see this escalate into conflict. But we're also looking at this very pragmatically.
Russia's currently doing military exercises in Belarus near Ukraine's border. Russia, which has already been punished at the Olympics for not allowing to display its flag, not having its anthem played at medal ceremonies, it's now under more doping scrutiny. Fox's Simon Owen has a live update.
Dave, it's been confirmed by doping authorities that the Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva failed a drugged test in December. But the 15-year-old who helped the Russian team win the team skating gold earlier this week was allowed to compete at the Olympics after Russian doping authorities lifted a provisional suspension. There's now to be an urgent hearing of judges from sport's top court, the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Dave?
Simon Shaun White's won 3 gold medals in past Olympics in the snowboard halfpipe, but he missed out in his final winter games, finishing 4th in Beijing. America's listening to Fox News.
Is your current
This
home loan
Fox
the
News
right?
update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
I-75 starting to get busy heading through Fort Myers towards State Road 82 and right near the exit to Colonial Boulevard. Southbound especially starting to see some volume pickup. You're heading out, though, on Ortiz Avenue in the Tice area. We have a crash just south of Tice Street. That's at Holly Drive and Ortiz. Also a hit-and-run crash on I-75 northbound off to the side of the road in Lee County, right near the exit to Daniels Parkway. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're back to near 80 degrees for this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for some high clouds as we head through the remainder of today with some filtered sunshine, winds persisting out of the east to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it nice and dry for your Friday evening and Friday overnight plans. Saturday morning featuring a low near 58 degrees. We're back to 82 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with just a chance for a stray shower possible late, but the good majority of us staying dry. Things begin to change for Sunday. Our next front moves through, bringing us scattered rain and breezy weather with a high near 73. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable nationwide network with 5G included. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing of top carriers. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage.
Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call. We'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right. Smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
Your support for veterans in the military.
educating us,
Standing up for conservatism.
giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, and streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S for Ease. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. A lot to get to this morning. I heard the audio yesterday. I heard about the story. It was so disturbing. I have to talk about it today and play the audio. A man in San Francisco, and I don't know if you heard the audio or heard about this story, a homeless man, self-proclaimed old school junkie in California, in San Francisco, and in describing why he's there, and again, speaking about the homeless population. And a couple of things about this audio, and it's quite shocking, is about why he's in San Francisco, why he will not leave San Francisco, what he is helping to give to others when it comes to drugs and drug paraphernalia and the like on the streets, and what police, right in view of all of this, are doing about it. It's shocking. The audio is shocking. It's disturbing, and it calls attention to, unfortunately, when people are talking about the homeless, the word homeless is used specifically because the fact of the matter is that not everybody who lives on the street is homeless. Like, they don't have a home to go to. Like, for some reason during the pandemic, they lost their jobs and now they have to live on the street. No. That's not what it is. If you take the time and bother to talk to them and find out more about them, you come to discover it's quite the opposite. And there's reasons why they're on the street, and they will describe who they are and tell you exactly what they're doing. And you'll come to find out it's not some guy who's down on his luck. And it's an important piece to hear and something to listen to for a lot of different reasons that we'll get to in just a bit. But a couple of other things I wanted to touch on. Trish Regan's going to join us at 8:05. We're going to talk about inflation, the inflation numbers, and clearly people are concerned about what is going on, but what happens next? We'll get to that. 7:35. Forgive me, State Representative Spencer Roach will be joining us as well with some updates in Tallahassee. What's going on there? With some important legislation, the bills that are moving through the House. So we'll get to that on the way. But I did want to also talk about this. It was an interesting moment last night on Tucker Carlson's program with the great Harmeet Dillon was on, who is with the Center for American Liberty, and they do fantastic work there. And looking at the organizers and the people that are with the Freedom Convoy, there's a lot that's being talked about with the Freedom Convoy, and now we come to find out that there are truckers here in this country that are talking about making their way to D.C., kind of a similar thing, mobilizing out of California to D.C. Again, it's Americans who are concerned, and the world is starting to do a lot of this, pushing back against vaccine mandates, mask mandates, and all of these mandates and lockdowns, everything that has happened to society. And there's even talk about truckers showing up at the Super Bowl on Sunday to protest. Make no mistake about it. The left in this country sees this, knows this is happening, and is already setting the example of how they're going to, quote unquote, politically attack. And Politico has it all spelled out. They're going to make references to January 6th. They're going to try to make connections to insurrectionists January 6th. They're going to make it sound like the People's Convoy, this movement, and these groups that are responsible in helping to organize this. Again, peaceful demonstrations, people who want to speak out against these vaccine mandates and more. They're going to be set up as domestic terrorists. Isn't it convenient, as was discussed last night on Tucker's show with Harmeet Dillon, that isn't it convenient that all of these things about domestic terrorists and speech and all of these different things that have come out from the Department of Homeland Security, the proliferation of false or misleading narratives, right? The mis, mal, and disinformation that's out there sowing discord or undermining public trust in U.S. government institutions, and that there are threat actors that are inspired by who inspired violent extremist attacks during 2021. They're setting all of this up. And Harmeet Dillon mentioned this last night. And just something that I want to play just to be aware of.
Today, I think the timing of this particular report is aimed at talk of trucker protests here in the United States and the Super Bowl coming up. And this is a way of telling people, if you dare to speak out and engage in peaceful protest as permitted by the United States Constitution, First Amendment, you will expect to see yourself in the crosshairs of the Department of Homeland Security. This is un-American, and every American should be very concerned about this because you could be next on that list of malinformation, disinformation actors that they're aiming at.
Do you understand that this is about you? This isn't something that's happening far away. This is something that's going on over there, and it's not happening in your community, and it won't happen to you. The concern that you have to have and the way you need to look at this is it is about you. It's about our Constitution. It's about our rule of law. It's about those that want to dismantle it, those that want to try to put out, along with the help of bureaucracies and institutions that we're supposed to trust, that are going to make you look like you're a domestic terrorist. They've made every indication that this is the angle that they're going to take on all of this, and the media will lap it up and go right along. So you just have to know it's coming and be ready for that, because when it does happen and when it is discussed that way, and when there are people that show up with Confederate flags and Nazi flags or whatever's going on and say and do outrageous things, and you can't really see their face because maybe it's too cold, or maybe they're just they're there for 1 minute and gone the next. You have to question who these individuals are, because these are peaceful protests. These People's Convoy that's being talked about, the ones that are the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, these are peaceful people, individuals who understand that their liberties are being taken away and they've had enough. Just something to keep an eye on. All right, I'm looking at the time, Jake, and here's what I'm thinking. I want to have as much time as possible to talk about this story out of San Francisco. So why don't we take a break now, okay? And then when we come back, I'm going to play some audio that's going to shock you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your heart to hear this. A homeless man, a self-proclaimed old-school junkie, talking about moving from Texas to San Francisco. Wait till you hear why, and some of the other things that are a part of this. Again, it's crazy, but it goes against the narrative that is put out there about the homeless situation in this country. And don't think it's not too far away from Southwest Florida, because questions have to be asked. And I'll explain coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
I-75 starting to get busy heading through Fort Myers towards State Road 82 and right near the exit to Colonial Boulevard. Southbound especially starting to see some volume pickup. If you're heading out, though, on Ortiz Avenue in the Tice area, we have a crash just south of Tice Street. That's at Holly Drive and Ortiz. Also a hit-and-run crash on I-75 northbound off to the side of the road in Lee County, right near the exit to Daniels Parkway. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a slightly milder start to the day, we're back to 80 by this afternoon under some high clouds and sunshine at times. Look for winds out of the east to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it dry with the partly cloudy skies. We head into your Friday evening and Friday night. Saturday featuring mainly dry conditions other than a stray shower late with the high near 82 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams Naples. He has an amazing team working for him, and he doesn't miss a single detail. Now his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agree to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with this week's interesting Florida fact. On any given school day in the Sunshine State, over 2.5 million children attend our public schools. That doesn't even include the kids in private school or homeschool. We have more school children than 15 other states have people. Those children must have a world-class education, and we must take every precaution to keep them safe. Safe from bullying, safe from abuse, and safe from teachers with an ideological agenda. The key is to make our classroom transparent and accountable. That's why I filed legislation this year to put security cameras in every classroom in Florida. While the radical left wants to take control of our children, in Florida, conservatives want to keep parents in charge. Florida, parents in charge and no income tax. Let's keep it that way. This message was paid by me, Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Here we go. So you may be wondering what I'm about to tell you. What does it have to do with Southwest Florida? Look, there's a connection to everything we talk about here on this program. There is a connection. In some way, shape, or form, there is, and I'll explain. So there's an interview that took place. Michael Schellenberger, he's the author of San Francisco. He goes and interviews a homeless man who's there on the streets in San Francisco. And what a telling interview this is. And just get ready because you're going to be upset. It's an outrage. And again, some of the other things that are going on. So he sits down with this old school junkie, as he self-proclaimed, James. And I want you to listen to how this interview opens up.
Where are you from?
Louisiana, Texas area.
How long you been in San Francisco?
Since June. If you're going to be homeless, it's pretty easy here. I mean, if we're going to be realistic, they pay you to be homeless here.
When you said that San Francisco pays people to be homeless, what did you mean by that? Did you mean that literally?
Yeah. I mean, I get $620 a month, dude.
From general assistance,
yeah.
Or what'd you get? How was that hard to get?
Phone call, bro. Phone call. 200 food stamps and $620 cash a month.
Wow.
Forget about it. Why wouldn't I do it? You know, it's free money, dude.
Free money. So did you hear that? He gets $620 cash a month and about $200 in food stamps every month. To live on the streets of San Francisco, it's like, why would I leave? Why would I not be here? It's too easy. They give me money. And again, when you give, when you're constantly thinking that these are people that are down on their luck and they just need more money. And oh, by the way, they're getting ready to spend $30 million more in San Francisco for this. They're going to spend more money. And it doesn't get any better. Listen to this.
This right now is literally by choice. Literally by choice. Like, why would I want to pay rent? I'm not doing it. I got a cell phone that I have Amazon Prime and Netflix on.
What? He's got a cell phone that he has Amazon Prime and Netflix. Now, by the way, Amazon Prime, I guess, does it, like, if he has a delivery, where does it get delivered to? I don't know that part of it. But he's got Amazon Prime and Netflix on his phone. $620 cash a month, $200 in food stamps. Does it even make a difference how much Netflix or Amazon costs? He can afford to pay it. He's not spending money on anything else. And again, this is San Francisco. Now, don't think this doesn't happen or won't happen in a town near you because, again, when you're told that these are people that are down on their luck and they're homeless because of the pandemic and they've lost their jobs, and that's not everybody. As a matter of fact, you need to find out exactly who these individuals are and ask the questions. And when you do ask the questions, this is what you get. I mean, this is awful. It doesn't get any better. Play more.
We used to battle with the cops. Now it's like the cops are, it's like they're your neighbor, you know? The cops told us this morning, like, oh, it'd be easier if you guys packed up in the morning. We wouldn't have to come out here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, pack up in the morning. I'm like, why? You know? He's like, oh, okay. And then went on his two.
And they went on their way. The police don't do anything. In San Francisco, again, this is the liberal progressive ideology, and a lot of Democrats think this same way as well. We got to keep the police away from the homeless. We got to stay away from them. We've got to give, because these are people that are just down on their luck until you find out that they're old school junkies. And then you hear some of the horrific stories that go along with life on the streets. And again, if you got kids in the car, this might be a time to maybe give me 2 minutes and come back, or maybe you want them to hear this, because this is dangerous stuff.
Kids came up and they're like, hey, you guys know where to get any Oxycontin? They're like, I'm 15 and I'm 16, you know, like, I'm an old school junkie, you know? And I'm like, well, look, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, like, you're not going to get Oxycontin out here on the street. I was like, how much money are you trying to spend? And they were like, we got $40. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to take your money. And I went and I got them fentanyl. And I brought it back and I set it down in front of them. And I said, this is a gram of fentanyl. This is enough to kill 6 people that have never used it. What I do to get high is this much. And I showed them how much I do. I was like, I'm keeping your money. And now I'm going to teach you how to save each other's lives, because you're not going to stop. I can't steer you away from doing it, but the best thing I could do for you now is give you real drugs and show you how to do it properly and show you how to save your friend's life. And I showed him how to pull up Narcan and how to inject each other with the Narcan needle in case they died. I needed the money, let's be honest.
15 and 16 years old, looking for drugs on the street. He's giving them fentanyl and teaching them how to use it. You may listen to that. A homeless man, a self-proclaimed old school junkie, James, out of Texas, moves to San Francisco because he hears how much is being given. $620 cash they get a month, and a couple of $100 in food stamps. He's got a phone with Netflix and Amazon Prime, and he's there on the streets, and he's not leaving, and the police aren't doing anything to stop what's going on the streets. Kids coming up looking for drugs, and he's helping them to use fentanyl because he, in his mind, knows that they're going to do even more. So why not teach them how to do it safely? Does any of this sound right to you? I mean, your heart should go out to this young man who is somebody's child, who has had this happen to them in their life. That should be the first reaction. The second reaction is, what policies do you as a Democrat, as a liberal, as a progressive, what policies do you want to put in place, maybe in this town in Southwest Florida, that would encourage the same kind of activity happening right here? Some might say, who's to say it's not happening right now? I don't know. But I do know that there are too many things that aren't being done. We're not talking to individuals on the street that are quote unquote homeless. We're not finding out about who they are and what they're doing. We're not finding out if some of the encampments are there and what the activities are that are going on, but we'll continue to leave those encampments there in place. Look, there's help for people, but it's not on the streets, and it's not leaving them there. It's getting them off of those streets. There's plenty of great organizations out there to help. But man, how do you say that the policies of the left are not damaging? This is damaging. And again, with the police.
I've talked to the cops here. I'm literally 10 feet away from the drug dealers talking to you guys. Why don't you just go arrest them right now? And they're like, arrest them for what? And I'm like, dude, what? He's like, San Francisco is a sanctuary city. We arrest the Hondurans, we put them in jail, they're out 2 days later.
Right.
If they're letting the Hondurans deal on the corner every day, somebody's getting paid with fentanyl.
They're not doing anything. It's a sanctuary state. Do you see now why, just one of the many reasons why we don't want to set up sanctuary cities or states across the country and here in Florida, and the concerns that we have? And this is real. I mean, it may say that's just indicative of one person. It's anecdotal. You can't. Well, you sure? Are you sure? Again, if you want to hear more about this, and certainly if you've missed the whole segment, you can go to our podcast and check that out. DrewSteele.com is where you can get it.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Chevy sales, Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got savings too.
Okay, but yours aren't monumental. You just mark up the original price.
You spying on me?
Don't have to. I read your reviews.
Who cares?
Well, apparently you don't. So car buyers head to Victory Lane for no payments until June on all new Chevys and a hassle-free experience. Plus, Victory Lane pardons bad credit with their goal, 100% credit approval. I just wish they could pardon your reviews.
I got a review for you. 0 stars.
Oh, so he does read his reviews. Get monumental savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Make no payments for up to 120 days. Shop new Chevy Silverados. Lease from just $399 a month. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 36-month lease must have current lease and household. $2,000 down plus tax and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles. Offers cannot combine. Ends 2/28/22.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable nationwide network with 5G included. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics U.S. report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing of top carriers. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden is warning Americans in Ukraine to leave now and says he will not send American troops in to rescue them if the Russian military invades.
We're dealing with one of the largest armies in the world. This is a very different situation, and things could go crazy quickly.
The president on NBC's Nightly News. The Reuters news agency reports French President Emmanuel Macron refused a Russian coronavirus test in Moscow concerned about DNA collection. He was made to keep his distance from Russian President Vladimir Putin. At a presentation in Texas, SpaceX founder Elon Musk again spoke about colonizing Mars and says the first orbital flight of his Starship rocket could happen this spring.
He says he anticipates some failures, but he's confident Starship will reach orbit by the end of the year. Starship is the world's most powerful rocket ever built, and NASA plans to use it to land astronauts on the moon as early as 2025.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out on your Friday morning commute throughout Collier County, we have a couple of crashes to deal with right now. Golden Gate Estates, a crash with possible injuries, really slowing down traffic to a standstill on Golden Gate Boulevard through Wilson Boulevard. In Lee County, a crash over on Ortiz Avenue and Holly Drive just south of Tice Street in the Tice area, causing some backups heading toward Palm Beach Boulevard. And if you're in Lehigh Acres near Candlewick Circle South, in Parkwood, you'll see a crash over there that's a hit and run. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're back to near 80 degrees for this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for some high clouds as we head through the remainder of today with some filtered sunshine, winds persisting out of the east and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it nice and dry for your Friday evening and Friday overnight plan. Saturday morning featuring a low near 58 degrees. We're back to 82 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with just a chance for a stray shower possible late, but the good majority of us staying dry. Things begin to change for Sunday. Our next front moves through, bringing us scattered rain and breezy weather with a high near 73. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 Back.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Super Bowl is on Sunday here in L.A. It's supposed to be 86 degrees Sunday. It's going to be so hot they're doing the Gatorade dump before the game on Sunday.
It's what I hear. It's supposed to be pretty hot. One of the hottest ever if you're following the game over the weekend. 86 degrees or something. I know in Southwest Florida we're like, yeah, really? Okay. But, playing football, that's pretty hot. The key is going to be What are they going to do? See, this is like weird. So still, Jake, they're talking about everybody's going to be masked up at the Super Bowl in the stadium. Like they're going to put K95 or KN95 or whatever they're called, or 98 Degrees or Backstreet Boys. I don't know what it is. But anyway, they're putting them all on the seats, the masks on everybody's seat. And then they're going to have like mask police going around to check to make sure people are wearing it. Like that can't be. Are they really going to do that? Like if you're in a stadium and there's 80,000 people and it's a Super Bowl and you're the guy or the gal who's walking around checking for people not wearing a mask, aren't you going to walk around at 80,000 people with the game going on and be like, I'm not going to seat 17 row F to tell that gentleman he's not. Don't you? What do? You can't. You just can't. Right?
Good luck.
Exactly. And then if you're like a whole section, don't you just say like, hey, everybody, just don't worry about the mask. What are they going to kick us all out? I mean, they're not going to kick everybody out.
Just keep a hot dog in your hand. You're good to go.
Just in case you get kicked out, at least you get to eat? Is that it?
Because if they walk over to you and say, put your mask on,
right, yes,
hot dog.
Right, or you just take a French fry like the guy on the flight and you just leave it in your mouth the whole time. And then you're just like, go team. And you can hardly, none of that's going to work. All right, well, we're trying to solve the world's problems one food item at a time. All right, 239-479-5592. What a weird segue this is. State Representative Spencer Roach. Sorry about that, Spencer. It's kind of a weird segue to you. How are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Drew. Good morning to you. It's 37 degrees here in Tallahassee. I just heard your weather report that it's 80 down there in Fort Myers. So, boy, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah, I was going to say 37. Man, all right. And it's the same state, which is always fun to hear. All right, things heating up. See what I did there? Things heating up. Come on, Spencer. Things heating up.
That's really good. I mean, it's a great segue from carrying around hot dogs.
Yeah.
You can,
thank you.
Adjust your mask.
So, two bills related to school boards. I guess we're going to hear about right now. Tell me what's going on with these House bills.
Yeah, Drew, so I'm sure you've been following this sort of fight, not just in Lee County, not just in the state of Florida, but all around the United States with these rogue school boards. And we've actually have 4 bills I'd like to tell your listeners about.
Okay.
Yesterday was a fantastic day for Lee County. We had our bill to provide for an elected school superintendent in Lee County, which passed off the House floor. Excuse me, Drew, I've got a little bit of cold here. Mm-hmm. This was a local bill, Drew, meaning that this was a delegation bill that only affects Lee County. It doesn't affect the broader state of Florida. And this is the first time that I've ever seen, and first time any of my colleagues who've been around here a little bit longer have ever heard of a local bill going into what we call structured debate, because it faced so much opposition and debate. But the Democrats were hell-bent on not allowing the voters in Lee County to make that decision for themselves. And just to be clear, this bill would not require the superintendent to be elected, but what it would do is it would give Lee County voters the option on this next ballot in November to decide for themselves whether we should continue with an appointed superintendent or gives them the option to switch to an elected superintendent. And that bill was carried by our very own Jenna Persons-Mullica. The entire 4-member House delegation co-sponsored it, and our 3 senators across the hall also voted in support of it when it was at the local delegation meeting. But we did pick up some Democrat votes, but it was contentious. And the opposition, Drew, kept making the point that, well, Lee County voters, they may not have the wherewithal to make a good selection on a school superintendent, because they may pick someone that doesn't have a PhD and that has not spent time in academia and maybe is a little bit younger than we would want them to be. And I just thought that was insulting.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I've mentioned this before, Spencer, the fact that, look, if this were to happen and we vote for this, look, we've all got our work cut out for us. It doesn't mean that we sign off and then we just go for the most popular person. We are going to have to do some vetting. We are going to have to do some work. Good. We want to. That's the point. We've always wanted to do that. And the way that people are involved now would suggest that it would happen more maybe than ever, people getting off the sidelines and in the game, and really will vet and really will look at and really will make those choices. I think that's a good thing, and I do give us the benefit of the doubt and credit to do that.
Well, I do too. And one of the points that I made, in debate yesterday, and this is the first bill that I've debated on all session long. Look, in the last 12 years, we've had 6 superintendents in Lee County. 4 of those have only lasted less than 2 years. And of course, the taxpayers had to pay off their contract. But, the egghead academics that have served in the superintendent roles, they're the very ones that has gotten our school district into the trouble it's in now. So I think that when parents go to choose their superintendent, they may very well look at someone who's responsive to parents as a quality that outweighs their academic credentials, and I think that's okay.
Right. All right, House Bill 1467, what's that one?
Yeah, so we have 3 other school board bills going on. This one would put 8-year term limits on school board members. It passed off the House floor yesterday by a strict party line vote. And this bill would also require a deeper level of screening for books and promotional materials in schools that are being made available to our children. So I think that's an important bill, but it did move off the House floor. So I think if we're going to do term limits for school board members, this is the year to do it. So hopefully we can get that across in the Senate and get the governor to sign it.
Right. So wait, now is 1467? I just want to make sure. I don't want to be out of turn. I hope I'm correct about this. You said it was about 8-year term limits, and it had other things that were in it.
It sure does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this isn't the bill that they've been calling the "Don't Say Gay" bill, right? That's not what this one is.
That's not that bill.
Okay, good. All right, I just want to make sure.
This bill would do 3 things. It would put 8-year term limits on school board members. It will require for schools to publish on a publicly accessible website the titles of all the books that are in the school library that children have access to, and it would put in place mechanisms for the public to weigh in and be more involved in the selection of some of these books that have been really are pornographic in nature for small primary school kids that are kind of inappropriate.
Oh, transparency. Okay, Spencer, I get it. Yeah,
amen.
Which is interesting because I'm trying to understand what is your logic behind not wanting to be transparent. I mean, if you're somebody, if you're a Democrat, if you're on the left in this state, like what is the answer to that? I'll just leave that rhetorically, just leave it out there, just because I think everybody can probably figure it out. All right, let's go over some of the other bills while we have time.
Yeah, so House Bill 1557 is the one you referenced that the critics of this bill are calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. And, you had Pete Buttigieg come out last week, and you actually had, in a very rare move, Jen Psaki from the White House there criticized the bill on Tuesday. It's very rare for a president or his team to get involved in a state bill down here in Florida, but they've come out against this bill. But as usual, the hyperbole engaged in by the critics of this bill, it doesn't reflect what the bill actually does. What this bill seeks to do is, this is essentially a parental rights bill. What this bill would say that if your child is going to school and having gender confusion issues, and someone at that school is counseling your child and encouraging them to start a transition to be a boy or a girl, that the parents have to be informed about that. We've had cases here in Florida where children have been engaged in these gender transition plans at school, and the school counselors and the school administration are deliberately withholding this information from parents. So the child will go to school one day. Every day at school, the child has a girl's name. When they come home, their parents continue to refer to them as a boy. This creates a lot of confusion in these young kids. Again, we're talking about kids in kindergarten through 5th grade. That's where this bill would apply. Right. But again, it says, look, parents should get a call if their child has some issues, and they should know what their counselors are talking to their kids about. That's essentially what this bill does, and it prohibits gender transition indoctrination in schools. It doesn't say that kids can't talk about it, but what it does say is that parents and counselors can't go out and try to encourage kids to transition, certainly against the wishes of their parents. So I think that's again, a bill that's just common sense.
Right, yeah, and when somebody says, but you don't understand, Spencer, you don't understand that these children can't go home and talk to their parents about it. Well, you don't get to make the decision. You're not the one that gets to make that decision. That's the point. Again, that's exactly the point. Right. So you have folks up here that think that that the state or the school is better equipped to make better judgment calls than parents, and that their judgment, the school administration's judgment,
should be substituted for parents' judgment. That's just not how it works in this country.
Right. All right. House Bill 7. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is the anti-woke bill. This is another school-related bill that prevents sort of racial indoctrination in schools. And what I mean by that, this bill would prohibit teachers from teaching history in a way. It's really an anti-CRT bill that would teach kids that they are somehow guilty of something because of the color of their skin, that they are somehow guilty for the sins of their ancestors. And that is what's happening around the country with some of the CRT material. This bill would eliminate that type of teaching here in the state of Florida. Good bill.
Yep. And House Bill 5?
House Bill 5, another bill that Jenna Persons is carrying. She is absolutely a conservative warrior. Got to get her on the show. This would limit abortion in Florida to 15 weeks. Currently in Florida, we have a 24-week limit on abortion, which is one of the more liberal positions for a southern state. So we're trying to limit that here in the state of Florida to 15 weeks. I've co-sponsored that bill, of course. I'm 100% pro-life. I'd like to not see any abortion, but we're trying to push the limits on what we can do there. And this is what we think we can get across the finish line, a 15-week ban.
Right. State Representative Spencer Roach joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. By the way, before we go, maybe an update on redistricting, your thoughts, what has been happening, what's going on with the latest there?
Yeah, so the Florida House and Florida Senate maps are all but set. They passed with broad bipartisan support. They've got to get kind of a checkbox from the Florida Supreme Court. I think that's going to be largely a formality. But we're struggling with the congressional maps. I don't know if you saw yesterday that the Florida Supreme Court it was a bad day for the governor. They rejected his request for an advisory opinion on his effort to change the map. So this is now setting up a fight between the legislature and the governor, which is going to prolong the process. This is the third week in a row that the House has canceled their Congressional Redistricting Committee. So it looks like this is going to take a while. If it gets tied up in court, it could be another year until we know what the congressional boundaries are. So that's not looking good, but the Florida State House and Senate maps are all but done, and we are going to see some significant changes in the Lee County area.
And Everglades issues, anything happening there?
Yeah, funny you should ask that, Drew. So there was it was kind of a bad day for the governor. It looks like there's this fight brewing between the governor and the state Senate on a bill that would give priority to farms in the use of water from Lake Okeechobee. And there's some questions about what that would do to the Everglades. You had some folks from the South Florida Water Management District up here opposing the bill. The governor came out with a statement that indicated he wasn't supportive of the bill. And then the Senate president shot back yesterday that, look, we're not taking our marching orders here in the Senate from state agencies or really from the executive branch. This is a policy we think is good and we're going to advance it. But, there's some concern that this could this water that's being allocated for agriculture could take place at the expense of water for the Everglades. And it could mean increased discharges of water into, both the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. So, look, folks are concerned about the algal blooms that we had a couple years ago. They don't want to see that repeated. But, there's also some concerns that this water is being shipped down south at the expense of Florida farmers. So, again, like everything we do in the Florida House and Senate, this is a balancing act, and we're working to get that right. But there's some tension. We actually had a near fist fight yesterday on the Senate floor.
Wait. What? What?
Yeah. Yesterday we had there was it's a story in the news. We almost had a fist fight on the floor of the Florida Senate between two Democrat members over a bill about shielding the identity of college presidents. So that was quite exciting. Senator Pizzo had to actually get in physically between Senator Gary Farmer and Senator Chev Jones. And I have not heard of that happening before here, at least since I've been here. So, look, anyone who says politics is boring is dead wrong, Drew. And then lastly, we passed a bill yesterday to allow for unlimited wine bottles in Florida. So there is that to, heal some tempers.
Good. Okay. That was great. All right. I appreciate you, State Representative Spencer Roach, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, doing some fantastic work there in the state's capital. And all right, well, we'll keep an eye on all of this and look forward to having you back, my friend. Okay.
Stay warm, man, and send us some warm weather here in Tallahassee.
Okay. Jake's doing that right now. He's dialing it in. You'll feel it any minute. Okay. I'll see you later.
Come up to the Capitol, Drew. We'll see you.
Yes, we will. Absolutely. All right. We're planning on it. Thanks, my friend. We'll see you. 239-479-5592. All right. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now. You'll play and you will win Listen, it's only hours away, Valentine's Day. How about a great Valentine's Day gift box from Naples Soap Company, 6 area locations around Southwest Florida, a great local company, and what a great Valentine's Day gift box and a great place to get your gift for Valentine's and throughout the year, quite frankly. All right, 9th caller right now. Drew's College up next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the Drive at 5, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
So I just picked out the perfect ring, and that night my girlfriend started seeing ads for wedding dresses. I haven't even popped the question yet. Why is she seeing ads for things based on what I'm looking at online? I downloaded the DuckDuckGo app, and I stopped getting creepy ads right away.
DuckDuckGo is the easy button for privacy. With one simple download, you can search, browse, and email privately. Take back your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral have an important message for car buyers. In honor of President's Day, Sutherland Nissan wants you to keep more presidents in your bank account. It's the President's Day sales event at Sutherland. Get an entire month of savings instead of just a day. Shop our huge selection of new Nissans and certified pre-owned Nissans. Bring your trade, no matter what it is, and get $6,000 more for it. Your $4,000 car is now worth $10,000. Your $14,000 car is now worth $20,000. You get the full value and an extra $6,000. All at your #1 certified pre-owned dealer. Hurry in, ladies and gentlemen. These presidential savings won't be in office. We mean dealership for long. Get to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
IRAs have always been a great way for investors to direct their investment dollars into real estate investments, but that option is under attack in Biden's new Build Back Better plan. Ty Lassiter here from Key City Capital to give you the details. Many of our investors choose to use a self-directed IRA to place their investment dollars in Key City Capital because they love the double-digit returns that we deliver. However, if Biden gets his way, the new stimulus package may limit or even remove your freedom to invest with your IRA dollars in most real estate investments. But rest assured, Key City Capital is hard at work to deliver the promised returns to our investors.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right. Let's go to Jonathan. Jonathan's out in Gateway. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Jonathan, in 2017, who was the vice president of the United States?
That would be Mike Pence.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if we get a bachelor's on this very question. Let's see. Who's the commander-in-chief of the military right now as we speak?
President Biden.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see. He sounds very depressed. Got a bachelor's. We'll see if we get a master's degree on this question. In 1870, this state was the last Confederate state to be readmitted to the Union. The last Confederate state to be readmitted to the Union. Was it Florida, Georgia, or Alabama?
Alabama.
It was Georgia. Georgia was the last state. That's all right. That's no problem. That's what it's about. It's about learning too. All right, so let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who drafted the U.S. Declaration of Independence? Who drafted it?
Oh, darn.
Do you want multiple
I was
choice?
just talking to my kids. I was just talking to my kids 2 days ago about this too. That's the sad thing.
That's okay. Take a second. Wheels are turning.
Yes, wheels are turning.
They're on the bus.
Crap, I can't remember.
Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, but I was like, I wasn't sure.
You got to go with what you're thinking, because if you don't go with what you're not thinking, then you're gonna not say anything, and that's not thinking. All right. Anyway, hope we learned. I don't know what I just said. We learned a valuable lesson today. All right. You got a bachelor's degree today on Drew's College, and what a Valentine's Day gift now you have for you or someone special. A Valentine's Day gift card from Naples Soap Company, 6 area locations around Southwest Florida, and it's amazing, and you're gonna love it. And so, congratulations to you, Jonathan, in Gateway.
Thank you.
All right, don't leave. Stay there. Jake's got to talk to you. All right, coming up, Trish Regan from the Trish Regan Show, scheduled to be with us. So looking forward to a conversation about what in the world's going on with inflation. Where do we go from here? All that's coming up next. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. At Duncan's Diamonds, we are the finest previously enjoyed Rolex watches, and we give a 2-year warranty. Come in and try them on. We offer great financing plans, too, of up to 60 months.
Valentine's Day is coming, and at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the largest selection of diamond jewelry at the best possible prices. Come see our enormous collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be the best. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolates, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all of the above with any purchase, $99 or more. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. You can count on it. Come see us today. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $21.99. The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and succulent lobster tail, including super salad and baked potato. $21.99. Craving lobster in the morning? Start your Valentine's Day with a Mel's famous lobster Benedict, starting at $16.99. Now that's an eye-opener. Feeling romantic? How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice? Just $5.59. It's all happening Valentine's Day with a special preview Sunday, February 13th. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster Lob Story at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail together. $21.99.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's Diner.
Getting it right. All day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It's Money in the Bank. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and President Biden wants to spend it. Assets that have been frozen since the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan last summer. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal has details live.
Dave, when the Afghan government collapsed last year, the country left behind $7 billion in assets on deposit with the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. While the Taliban claimed it had a right to the cash, the Fed froze the funds. Relatives of those killed in the 9/11 attacks said they should get some of it to pay off judgments owed them after successful lawsuits against al-Qaeda and the Taliban. The New York Times is now reporting that the Biden administration is trying to get a judge to allow half the amount to go to 9/11 families, with a plan to spend the other half on humanitarian aid as millions of Afghans face starvation, Dave.
Jessica, the U.S. is again urging American citizens in Ukraine to leave immediately, fearing a Russian invasion amid military exercises in Belarus near the border. President Biden tells NBC Nightly News,
"We're dealing with one of the largest armies in the world. This is a very different situation, and things could go crazy quickly."
The president also says he'll work like the devil to lower gas prices and fight inflation that rose at a 40-year high last month, again claiming while in Virginia. One solution, the Senate passing his stalled $2 trillion social spending plan.
If we are able to do the things I'm talking about here, it'll bring down the cost for average families.
But in a new CNN poll that shows low Biden approval ratings, 56% say there's nothing the president has done that they like. The president also says he's not ready to lift federal COVID mask mandates, saying the CDC and the science aren't there yet.
This as more than a dozen blue states have lifted indoor mask mandates, and others, including New Jersey, Connecticut, and Delaware, set expiration dates for mask mandates in schools. And Maryland Governor Larry Hogan may be next in line, writing in a letter to the state's school board to rescind masking inside the classroom.
Fox's Brooke Singman. Governor Hogan's a Republican. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Tracking delays on 75 near the Colonial Boulevard exit southbound, so watch out for some slowdowns. Keeping an eye on a few crashes in Lee County as well. A crash right now over near East Lee County High School. That's at Thomas Sherwin Avenue South. Another in North Fort Myers at North Tamiami Trail just north of Del Prado near Carefree Boulevard. Collier County dealing with major backups, stop-and-go traffic on Golden Gate Boulevard near 3rd Street Northwest because of a crash with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're back to near 80 degrees for this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Look for some high clouds as we head through the remainder of today with some filtered sunshine, winds persisting out of the east and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We keep it nice and dry for your Friday evening and Friday overnight plan. Saturday morning featuring a low near 58 degrees. We're back to 82 degrees for your Saturday afternoon with just a chance for a stray shower possible late, but the good majority of us staying dry. Things begin to change for Sunday. Our next front moves through, bringing us scattered rain and breezy weather with a high near 73. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
This winter, Comcast Business is helping Team USA and businesses across America stay ahead during the Olympic Winter Games. Keep yours ahead, too, with reliable connectivity and secure solutions on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. And get access to over 20 million Wi-Fi hotspots from coast to coast to help you stay connected on the go. So no matter what big event comes up, your team can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with Internet and Voice for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to learn more. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second Internet and 1 voice line customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch. Subscribe to our channel on Rumble. Trish Regan, I am so thankful for her and joining us this morning, the Trish Regan Show. You can go to Rumble and check out her channel. You got to find out more about what's going on. TrishIntel.com, the website. You want to dig in deep, which we're going to do right now. And she's joining us to talk about, something that's transitory. It's not going to be here for much longer. It's just my fingers are thinly spread apart, Trish. That's it. It's almost over. I can feel it. First of all, how are you this morning?
I'm very good, Drew. I'm very, very good. It's good to talk to you. Look, I'm kind of chuckling. Yeah, that's they were saying that transitory stuff. That's what they've been trying to say for the last year. And for the last year, actually more than that, I have been predicting that inflation would be really, really bad. I'm now expecting it's going to go to double digits, probably by early summer, which means you're looking at upwards of 10%. This is not good. This is why there's one other little index out there, which they don't talk about a lot, called the misery index. This is why the misery index is so high right now. People feel really miserable because of this high inflation.
All right. So many things to ask because it's like the president says, well, we got to fix. We just have to spend more, build back better. That's how we're going to fix this. Right. I know you laugh at it, and I do too, but it's almost like this is a setup. Like I feel like, wait, you're setting us up, right? It's you know, and you have tools, and you've had tools, and we've always had tools to handle this, and we don't use them, and now we're going to have to use some of them, and I'll get to that in just a second when we talk about interest rates and the like, but then that we're going to have to now rely on them to save us from what they've caused. But that is a big concern as well, right? This idea that they're going to convince some people that if we spend more, we can spend our way out of this. It's
moronic. I mean, absolutely moronic. It's like, we say no one in Washington can do math. They're trying to say that 1 + 1 is, 23 or something. I mean, they really don't get it. That's the problem. Because here, just very, very basic stuff, and I'm sure your listeners get this. Look, if you keep pumping money into the system, you just keep printing it out and you keep handing out checks and you say, oh, don't go to work, Uncle Joe's got you covered. What happens? Well, you reduce the value of the dollar over time, and not even over that much time, right? We've seen how fast this has caught up with the economy. When you print that much money and you hand it out to people, which is what they've been doing by way of those coronavirus stimulus checks, by way of the Federal Reserve, printing, literally like printing. I mean, they're just out there buying mortgage-backed securities and treasury bonds to try and artificially suppress interest rates. Well, what that does is it just creates more money in the system. And when you have more money in the system, more dollars, it reduces the value of everything you have, the dollars themselves. And so everything costs more dollars. And you know what? That, theoretically, it's never really good, by the way. It's never really good. But in some schools have thought, well, it's okay, so long as wages are going up. The problem is wages are not keeping pace with inflation. They're going up, but adjusted for inflation, they're not even close. They're not at 7.5. Nobody's gotten a 7.5% increase in their wages. And
Right.
So this really is the fundamental problem. The average American family feels it so much more. And they're like, wait a second, 40% more to gas up the car. I mean, this hurts. It hurts.
It does. And, when you look at the markets, we hear, the feds are saying, all right, it's going to be 7, it's going to be 3, it's going to be 4. All of these estimates, where we're going to go. Every meeting, we're going to have a bump. It's going to be, what are the basis points?
Hasn't happened yet.
Right, exactly. So we hear, and I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, has the market, have they kind of baked this in? The fact that it's coming.
No, I think the market's scared. the market kind of, you saw yesterday the market really reacted poorly because I think investors are sort of a little bit delusional. They're sort of like, well, maybe this won't be that bad. And then yesterday they're like, oh boy, now the Fed's going to have to do something. And when the Fed takes away the punch bowl, so to speak, when the Fed stops, pouring all that sugar on things by way of printing money, what happens is then you get this reality check. And you say, okay, can these tech companies really continue growing earnings? Now, look, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm a long-term believer in America. I'm a long-term believer in the technology that we're developing. I think that there's a lot of reasons to be excited about a new phase in the American economy. By the way, it has nothing to do with Biden, nothing to do with anything happening on Capitol Hill and the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, et cetera. This has everything to do with just the American people, and that I believe in America and people will get through this, and we will go through another good cycle. But in the interim period, it's going to get volatile, it's going to get bumpy, and markets are going to react to what the Fed is doing because the expectation now is, they're going to have to raise probably at least 6 times. But I'm just going to preface that by saying they haven't risen yet. I mean, I think I was on the show a year ago with you, Drew, saying they got to come to reality with inflation. They've got to recognize that. And there was a simple, less intrusive way to have done it. They could have stopped printing money to the tune of $120 billion a month, which is what they were doing for months on end. They should have wound that down way earlier. They didn't. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was because Biden had just come to office and they didn't want to look like they were, taking away the punch bowl too soon. But this is the end result. Okay, when you have a government that just wants to stimulate to, with no signs of stopping from the Democrats and no signs of stopping from the Fed, this is what we wind up with. And it's like Jimmy Carter all over again.
Right. Yeah. And again, you called it. Trish Regan joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, TrishIntel.com. What a great resource and website. Please go to the website for a lot of different reasons, and you'll see when you get there. It is a great resource. And, of course, the Trish Regan Show, if you want to watch on Rumble, it's fantastic as well. But, you called this before, and it always feels like, that you pay me now or pay me later. You're going to have to do this. The interest rates are going to have to be part of this. And again, and pulling money out, right? That's another aspect to this. That money's got to get out, and for again, a lack of a way to put it, it has to be pulled out and burned. I mean, we got to get it out of circulation. We got to get it out of there on top of the interest rates. But then now we're going to look at a recession, right? So that's something that we have to talk about, which is ugly as well. But I wonder how long, even if the Feds are trying to tighten, right? How far can they go during an economic slowdown? How could they possibly continue to do it? Like that's the problem. And so, how aggressive can they be? And this is why the Fed is always a day late and a dollar short. Or I was talking to one of my favorite economists who worked for the Reagan administration and also was a Trump economic advisor, Art Laffer, and he said, "Look, they're not a day late and a dollar short, Trish. They're a century late and $1 trillion short." I mean, they're constantly like, it's like, guys, I mean, to me, it was so obvious. Pull back on all that quantitative easing. Don't be buying all the mortgage-backed securities. They could have done that ages ago, and they could have prevented the situation we have now. But they were so terrified about coronavirus. I mean, when I said quite notoriously for some, that this was being too politicized way back when it first was on the scene. Look, I was absolutely right, and I stand by that because it was so politicized that even the Federal Reserve, which is not supposed to be political, became so politicized, and they refused to take away all that stimulus, and now we're left with the situation. So you're right. I mean, I don't know if we'll go into recession. I do think you're going to have a first quarter that's going to look pretty anemic in terms of growth, as well as a second quarter that looks like that. We could dip into recession. And then that goes to your setup theory. What was it? Was it supposed to be like this? Because now we have an excuse to issue more coronavirus checks. Look, I do think that they screwed up. They screwed up royally. And now you're going to need like a Paul Volcker type character who ran the Federal Reserve when Reagan came into office, and a Reagan type leader to get in there and say, all right, we got to roll up our sleeves. We got to do the hard work now because it will pay off ultimately. But if we don't, this is a runaway train. Yeah.
And look, I've seen it in many, many economies throughout the world and throughout history. I mean, just go down to Latin America, and there's plenty of places and plenty of countries, and people will tell you the one thing they fear most is inflation.
Yeah. And how if you have the trust of the American people, you can be honest with them and give them the hard options and say, look, it's going to be a little bumpy, but we're going to pull out of this. You can trust me. We haven't had any bureaucracy, institution, anybody to give us that kind of trust, let alone what we're going to have to talk about. And I'll even ask you this, kind of pivoting to politics, because then my concern becomes everybody's ready for 22. We're ready for a red wave. We're hearing all about how fantastic it's going to be when the House and the Senate, they're in the hands of Republicans, and it could be this numbers like we've never seen. And then you've got the question of Mitch McConnell. Don't get me started on that. And then ultimately, what kind of decisions are they going to make? What are they going to do to be tough? What are they going to do? I mean, look, it's across the board.
Right, because it's in no one's interest, right?
Right.
This is part of the problem. And this is why, the Tea Party was so smart to come up when it did. And I think we need a little bit more of that sort of instilled in terms of having some economic values, because it's not a trajectory that you can continue on. It just isn't. This inflation is a tax on everyone. It hurts middle Americans the most. And I think that, there's going to have to be a little bit like, let's take our medicine. I think that Reagan did that very well with Volcker. And, in 22, you've got to have a willingness. By the way, let me just say the Fed is supposed to be completely independent from, the executive branch and everyone else there. It's set up to be a non-political entity. I worry sometimes that it's not. I think Janet Yellen, who used to run the Fed and used to do a very good job seeming less political, well, now she's over there running Treasury, and she sounds like a complete political hack every single time she's on television. And she is the guy that, Powell used to, or the gal Powell used to work for. So you see how incestuous it is, and all she has to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, bud, you wouldn't have your job if it weren't for me, and I got to tell you, you can't do this or you can't do that. I don't know. I mean, I hope that doesn't go on, but I do think that there's been a politicization of the institution of the Federal Reserve. Maybe that would improve in 22. Look, if you're a complete optimist, and I think all of us want to be, if Republicans got in there in 22, it might force Joe Biden's hand in that he cannot be so left-wing extremist, right? He can't be courting AOC and Bernie Sanders if the Republicans are in charge, because in order to get anything done, you're going to need them on your side, which means he's going to have to pivot more to the middle, maybe take on a few more of Joe Manchin's characteristics. I don't know if he's capable of it, by the way. I don't know. I this may just be who he really is, and he's like, woohoo, I finally get to, do everything I've ever wanted that's not going to be good. I mean, maybe they're just not that smart. That's the other thing you got to think about. They're just not that smart. And they think that these policies, and it's kind of an ideology, right? Like AOC, Bernie Sanders, they think that stuff's going to work. And even though you can go around the world and say, look, former communist Cambodia, or the USSR or Cuba, I mean, take your pick, Venezuela, this stuff doesn't work, and they can't get it through their thick skulls, so to speak, that it doesn't work. They still have this utopian ideal. I'm sorry, communism, socialism, it just doesn't work. But mass scale is such a big country.
Yeah, but Trish, we just haven't done it the American way. That's all it is.
Right.
It's if we do it the American way, then which is and we laugh, but it's like that's probably exactly what they're thinking. We know how to do it right. We can use all of those examples as things not to do, and then we'll do it, and they'll twist it and turn it, and ultimately we know how it ends. But unfortunately, we need to talk about the here and now, and everything is tangible. And when it becomes tangible to the American people, that's when they're willing to get in trucks and drive to D.C., and they're willing to speak out, and as long as they're allowed to, and that's a whole other.
And how wonderful. I mean, how great has that been to see? Yeah. It shows that the people's voice really can be heard in a peaceful way, But what's shocking to me and really scary is the sort of clampdown on that, and the idea that DHS, right, Department of Homeland Security, they warned this. Like maybe 3-4 weeks ago, I remember doing this story on my podcast on the Trish Regan show because there was DHS saying, we think we can do something about all this malinformation, misinformation, disinformation. They get all kinds of adjectives for it.
Yeah.
They said, we think we can do something. And then sure enough, here they are coming out with this memo saying this misinformation is leading to terrorism. Whoa, wait. So what are we, China now? If you have a viewpoint that's different, if you think that, maybe you ought to be able to do your job and cross into Canada and back into the U.S., et cetera, and not have to take 2 weeks off work, if you're one of those Canadian truckers, you're now somehow the equivalent of if you're doing that in America of a domestic terrorist. I mean, I hate even saying those words. I don't even like those words coming out of my mouth. I just can't believe that we're going to that extreme. And so there's I hope that people will continue to have their voices heard in America. I think it's so critical. It's so important because if you don't have that, then how do you really start to, inflict change if you want to have a peaceful protest? I don't remember all the concerns, by the way. Do you, back in summer of 2020, when we actually saw violent protests?
Oh, no.
That's
when CNN was standing there telling everybody it's mostly peaceful, everything's fine while the building's burning behind them. Everything, no, nothing to see. Everything is great. Move along. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where we are, but we will continue to speak. And listen, we even want to hear liberals and progressives, we even want to hear you speak. We don't want to silence you because the more you speak, the more we get to hear where you stand, and then we win. See, we win. That's the problem. Yeah, ultimately. All right, Trish Regan joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, TrishIntel.com. What a great resource for you. Go to the website, bookmark it, whatever you have to do, and then, of course, the Trish Regan Show on Rumble, which is fantastic as well. All right, we got to do this again soon, please.
Thanks, Trish.
All right, we'll see you soon.
You got it.
Okay, have a great day.
Thanks.
All right. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdor.com.
Let's roll, America. It's February and it's time. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Wink is on the march to 1 million meals to feed our neighbors in need right here in Southwest Florida. I'm Lois Tomey from Wink News, inviting you to join us as we march toward 1 million meals by March 1st. We need your help. You can donate at winkfeedsfamilies.com. Less than $5 a day feeds a family of 4. So please join the march. Donate now at winkfeedsfamilies.com and help Wink march toward 1 million meals by March 1st.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
February, when we celebrate 3 great American leaders, Lincoln, Washington, and Hugo from Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done. For limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail.
Visit RockSolidSWFL.com.
Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finish cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I started my first business in the basement of a factory over 30 years ago. We had no heat and no air conditioning. Instead of customers, our office visitors were rats, birds, flies, and snakes. Our office flooded often, and we used blankets as our office walls. We were broke and needed help. That's why I created Patriot Software, to help small business owners with simple payroll for 1 to 100 employees. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Chevy sales, Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got